Pikachu, and this is my story and how I survived a Raichu attack. So it all happened the summer of 2000. I remember it as if it was yesterday. Myself, my master, and his two friends, we were lost for 2 weeks and didn't really eat much 3 days before, but we finally found ourselves at Vermilion City. It was a nice city on the coast. And we got there, and right away my master wanted to throw me into a battle to get another gym so he can win his regional championships. He needed to get 8 badges to get into this gym. Well, luckily one of his friends noticed that I was malnourished and I was already abused and beaten down. So reluctantly, my master took me to the Poke Center. It's like a hospital. So we arrived, and while we're checking in, another Pokemon comes through in a stretcher. And this Pokemon was just charred. It was zapped. It looked really bad, and they took it to the ER immediately. We asked the nurse what was going on, and the nurse told us that it was like the 15th Pokemon that came in that week, all from the gym leader, Lieutenant Surge. Apparently has a Raichu, a very strong electric type Pokemon. So I looked up at my master nervously and I told him I didn't want to go. I didn't want to do this battle. And my master told me that I didn't have anything to worry about. He said that, and I was relieved for a second. And he said I didn't have anything to worry about because I wouldn't lose. And this was the kind of thing that he would do to me a lot. I'm not a smart Pikachu, so I don't know all the terminology, but I know that there's a psychological mind game that goes on when you're taken in by somebody like a master for so long. And he would put a lot on me a lot of the time, and I wouldn't have a choice. He talked me up that day. You know, we went to the gym. I remember walking into the gym with my master and seeing the people there. They didn't look like normal trainers. They were much older. They had tattoos and piercings, and they all had a weird look in their eye, like they've seen things, and they didn't care about what they were gonna do to us. So my master, it didn't faze him at all, and he challenged the gym leader, and the gym leader laughed at him, called him baby, which was very strange. And then he looked at me and called me baby as well, called me a baby Pokemon, which is very puzzling. As if you know anything about Pokemon, you know that I'm a Pikachu, and Pikachu isn't a baby. Pichu would be my baby form. So that was strange. So immediately the gym leader throws out his Pokemon, which is the Raichu that just decimated all the other Pokemon we saw earlier that day. And still, my master chose me, which was very poor typing, being electric, lower level electric type versus his higher evolved form electric type Pokemon. And my master immediately told me to use Thundershock on it, which was a very poor choice, being electric on electric Pokemon, and anybody would know that it would have very little effect. And when I did my Thundershock with everything I had, and it hit that Raichu, it didn't faze it at all. He didn't even blink. I remember looking dead into the Raichu's eyes when the Thundershock hit it, and it wasn't phased at all. Lieutenant Surge immediately had its Raichu Thundershock me back, and there was 10 seconds of my life that I have no account over. Normally when a Pokemon is gone for that long, they'd call the battle, and another person would be the winner. But when I came out of unconsciousness, my master was still cheering me on and told me that I could keep on going. And he would do this normally, and it just had an effect on me. So I didn't want to give up, and I was afraid. I was afraid what would happen if I didn't do anything anyway. So I got up, and I was going over to attack the Raichu, and the Raichu was told to do a Mega Punch. So it hit me with a Mega Punch, an attack that I've never seen before. Then it went and did a Mega Kick, another attack, very strong attack. Both of them hit me. My master still again refused to stop the fight and had me keep on going. I don't know if it was a Mega Punch or Mega Kick. I think he just said finale, which isn't even a move. And I just saw electricity come out of the Raichu again. That's the last thing I remember of that day. I could have swore I was gone after that. I opened my eyes, and I remember seeing a white room. And for a few moments, I felt at peace. I thought I was safe. I thought I was safe from all of it. I didn't know if I was still in the Pokemon world or just in heaven or wherever, but I felt a warmth and protection for a moment. That was until my master looked at me and I saw him. And I knew I wasn't gone. I was there. I was in the hospital. I was in the very place that I was afraid to go. And the master wasn't fazed at all of my health or my well-being. He in fact, he brought over a thunderstone. He was going to manipulate my DNA to become the monster that did all this harm to me. So after being destroyed by this beast and sent to the hospital, I was then almost forced to become that very thing that sent me there. So I looked at him and I told him no. Back then all I could say was Pika Pika. And I said Pika Pika many times, and I whipped that thunderstone away from him and myself and told him I wouldn't do that. Like, don't make me turn into that thing. That if I have to do it again, I'll do it again as myself. Now, the master didn't have a plan at all. He was just going to throw me in again, probably have me do that weak thunder shock, and I would end up in the ER, or if there was a God, I would go to heaven and this would be over with. And I was praying for the latter. But his friend Brock had an idea. Because there was a thing that the gym leader said when we were there. He said that he evolved his Pikachu into a Raichu immediately because the Pikachu is weak and he wanted it to learn all the thunder moves it could learn. Now, the master's friend Brock is a pretty well-trained Pokemon trainer. He's actually a gym leader himself. So he knew that I could have a chance if I would use my agility moves, as a Raichu may be slower. So we trained immediately after the hospital. I just went to hospital bed to just laps, to running, to agility. Any doctor would say that I should not have had to have done that, and it wasn't good. It wasn't healthy. After getting a few new moves down, we went back over to Lieutenant Surge's gym, and it was like he knew we were going to be back. It's like he knew how evil my master was. So he saw me. He saw that I didn't evolve, that I was still a Pikachu, and he was just, I think he was just ready to make it short. Raichu came out. My master had me run towards it, do a quick attack, and it's like the Raichu already knew. And with that axe-shaped tail that I told you about earlier, it just came swinging right towards my face and blew me away, just blew me back. But that wasn't worse than being under my master, so I ran towards him. I ran towards him again, And this time the Raichu pinned me down and just repeatedly started whacking me with that tail all over my body. Master told me to get up, to get out, and I tried to, and then the Raichu used a body slam, which this thing was probably 3 times my size. So it jumps up and it lands on me, and it hurt real bad. But I found something deep inside, and I went to use a quick attack, and I hit it. And then the Raichu went down to do a body slam again. This time I had some more energy, so I started using agility, and I kept on dodging those body slams. For some reason, Lieutenant Surge kept on having it use that slow body slam move, so I was very thankful. And that's when it used the Thunderbolt. So Raichu's, one of its strongest moves is Thunderbolt, and I saw the electricity come through its cheeks. I saw the lightning bolts scatter everywhere, and I saw an opening. So I ran towards the back of the wall, stayed away from the electrical bolts, and I used my tail, my Pikachu tail, as a ground to hold myself up and protect myself from the strong electrical currents. There was glass shattering everywhere, parts of the building were coming down. And everybody was almost certain that I was gone. I was almost certain that I was gone too. And when everything cleared, they saw me there. I did another quick attack, right in its stomach with everything I had, and the Raichu got kicked back. Lieutenant Surge yelled at it, told it to do another Thunderbolt to end this. And I saw the electricity come out of the Raichu's cheeks again, and then it just stopped. It used everything in its last move. I guess he never gave it an ether or anything. Its PP was out. So my master told me that this was the moment. So I ran up, did another quick attack, and I ended it. That was one of the craziest battles I've ever had. That was one of the most insane couple of days in my Pokemon life. And I survived. I survived because I didn't have a chance not to. I survived because for a moment I decided to give it my all and do what my master wanted me to do.